That's right. Lorette, thank you so much, and what a great evening we have in store for all of our riders here in Phoenix and all of our fans that have come to join us here for round number 5. Phoenix, how about we make some noise?
Yes, so we have been to Vegas, to Reno, to Denver, to Everett, and as you guys might know, our rider, Haaker, who is in second place, is 10 points behind Cody Webb. He will not be with us here or in Boise due to an elbow injury. We are wishing him the very best while he's at home recovering. Colton, we love you. Can't wait to see you in Ontario.
Yeah, it's truly unfortunate, of course, to lose a rider like that, of that caliber, of course, for Husqvarna too, and the whole family that has, man, truly made some great racing here in 2017. But hey, we still got a lot of great racing in store for you. We have our amateur class, of course, all of our trials class riders, the women of Endurocross, and of course, our vet class, our 30-plus riders are going to be out here doing battle. And man, there's still a lot of exciting racing action that's about to take place here this evening, Lorette.
Absolutely. So right now, what I would love to do is let's introduce our women riders. A previous Endurocross winner and X Games gold medalist. She's second in points. Number 496, Casey Martinez. She is an X Games gold medalist and currently third in points. Number 68, Tara Geiger. Second in Everett, sitting fourth in points and your 2016 vice champion. Number 31, Morgan Tanky. And she is leading the championship points with 3 wins. Your 2016 champion, number 1, Shelby Turner.
That's right, Lorette. And hey, Phoenix, who's ready to meet the men of the Super Endurocross class?
He's from Temecula, California, and riding for Alpine Stars, FMF Red Bull Gas North America. Please welcome Geoff Aaron. From Scottsdale, Arizona. Also sponsored by Ron Deal, 6D helmets, get the tires and Recluse Motorsports. Riding a Beta, it's the Cowboy, Max Trystan. Originally from Canada, now living in Simi Valley, California. He's on an SRT off-road, Kenza tires, 509 goggles, O'Neill Husqvarna. It's Corey Graffunder. He's from Spain and riding for Gas North America. It's Jean Paul Segura. He's from Peoria, Arizona, and riding for Burbank DA Racing, Full Racewear, FNF, John Burr Cycles, and Recluse Motorsports. He's on the Yamaha, and it's Cooper F. He's from El Cajon, California, and riding for Gas North America. He's also sponsored by Suspension 101, Full Racewear, Alpine Stars, and FMF. It's Noah Keppel. From Carterville, Nevada, and riding the Prime Geek, Pro Taper, Just One Helmet, CD Boots, FMF, RPM, Maxxis, KTM. Please welcome Ty Tremaine.
right, so I'm down here with Trystan Hart. Let me get his helmet off. Currently sitting third in the points here in the championship. Trystan, man, did you envision yourself being here in this position this far into the series?
I definitely did not envision this. It's a dream come true for sure. I worked very hard. My parents have sacrificed so much, and it feels so awesome to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. Obviously coming off of a third in Vegas and then last round in Everett just a few short weeks ago. Finished second, your best overall finish here in the Endurocross series. What kind of excitement do you have coming in here into round number 5?
I'm super excited to be here. My dad and I drove 24 hours straight to get here from Canada. Last year I got my first top 5 here, practice, and hot laps went well today, so I'm super excited to get going racing.
Hey Phoenix, put your hands together for Team SRT rider, Trystan Hart!
Ladies and gentlemen, our rider who has won 3 in a row, maybe he could go for 4 tonight, running that number 2 plate, Cody Webb.
He's on an FFF factory racing ride. He also rides for Red Bull, carefully designed 12 helmets and Alpine stars. From Royal Oaks, California, please welcome Cody Webb.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Cody Webb is known for what could possibly be his 4th win this season. And Cody, everything has been going pretty smoothly for you. So how do you keep that momentum going throughout tonight?
You know, it's definitely been a good year for me, and I've just been mentally confident all year, really charging hard. And, I just want to do the same thing out here tonight and just push all the way through that main event. I mean, these guys are riding really good. They've been getting better and better every single round, and I've been trying to go home and do my homework and keep progressing as well. So the sport has definitely changed a lot this year, and I think next year's even going to be even more exciting.
And you've been doing a lot of work with riders in this series, and a lot of riders have come to you and been practicing with you. Could you tell us a little bit about how you've been working with them?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Where I'm living out, I kind of live in the center of a triangle of 3 different Endurocross tracks. So my teammate, Casey Martinez, she's always coming out with her husband, Travis Coy. My buddy, Mike Miranda, and then two Canadian people came out this year. Shelby Turner in the women's class. She's leading the series right now. Trystan Hart just got his first ever second. He spent a week with me. So, it's been good kind of getting back, riding with the other guys, and pushing hard and seeing if we can progress the level of the sport too.
Love the spirit of Endurocross. So, Cody, if you'll hang with me for just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to please rise and remove your hats for our national anthem. Can you see by the dawn's
Thank you, Loretta. As we get ready for race number 1, as the riders exit the track right now, we will get into race number 1, the Super Endurocross Division number 1, going to be coming out here to open up round number 5 of the AMA Endurocross Series, presented by PJ1 and Moose Racing. Of course, we'd like to thank all of our wonderful sponsors and partners here for tonight, with the likes of Law Tigers, Right Now Power Sports, and Catalyst Pain Solutions. Thank you guys for your continued support here as we get ready for round 5 of the AMA Endurocross Series for 2017.
The Super Endurocross Qualifier, sponsored by TBC Race.
All right, so as the riders get their calisthenics down here on the line, we have the mechanics down there, making sure all these bolts are tight and that these guys are ready for race number 1, the Super Endurocross Division race. So lined up in the gate right now, the 987 of Cody Miller, riding out of Tucson, Arizona. The 926 out of Calgary will be Spencer Wilton. The 851 riding out of Minden, Nevada. Give it up for Zane Roberts. And the 511 out of Kearns, Utah will be Richard Larson. The 492 riding out of El Cajon, California. Put your hands together for Dustin McCarthy. And aboard the KTM out of Pleasanton, California, the 452 of Travis Coy. The 203 lined up in the gate right now will be Michael Aranda. And right alongside him, the 207. Put your hands together for Eric Roten. And the 177 machine out of Scottsdale, Arizona, Mitch Colforth. Also the 35, we're gonna see him, Mason Ottersberg, the Mo 35 machine, right out of here in Phoenix, Arizona. Also the 27, Wild Wally Palmer out of Williamstown, New Jersey. And aboard the Beta Factory machine out of Riverside, California, the number 16 of Ty Collins. And hailing right here out of Scottsdale, Arizona, the Beta Factory machine, 25 years young, the Cowboy, the number 15 machine of Max Gersten. And right alongside him, out of Canfield, Ohio, aboard the Husqvarna, the number 5 of Quinn Wenzel. And your number 4 machine, the 10-time Trials champion, the Gas Factory machine, the Red Bull-backed rider of Geoff Aaron. So that'll be a rundown here for the Super Endurocross Division 1. So 15 riders, 9 of which the 15 championship and points. We'll head directly into race number 4. So it looks like we're just getting the signal down on the starting line now from Mike. And we will get racing underway here for round 5. Webb. So 30-second orders up. Phoenix, get on your feet and let's make some noise. really tight start here. Look who it is, number 15, who you would expect. It's Scottsdale, Arizona local. Put your hands together for Max Pearson. So Max, one of those riders, set a very quick time here early on during our hot lap session, a little bit early on during qualifying this afternoon, and we'll lead them around here for lap number 1 as they enter into the Rocky Mountain ATV MC Rock Garden. man, what a great way to start out the evening here for the Super Endurocross Division 1. And a first-time visitor here to the podium this year in 2017. I'm going to send it on down to the podium for Lorette with our winner.
John, thank you so much. Wally rode up here on the podium. This is his first win in race number 1, and the first thing he said was, "That was so scary." Why was that?
Well, I was trying to pull my best impression of Ronnie Mack. Earlier today, I landed sideways off the tires and lucky to be racing, so came out here, just rode smooth, and tried to pick off some lines. The track's good, a little scary and dangerous, but it's fun.
All right, why is it scary and dangerous?
Because the crowd gets loud, you can't hear what you're doing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is definitely a hint from Wild Wally Palmer. When you get loud, he goes big, but just concentrate, all right? I just want to see you move through the night show. Wally Palmer, ladies and gentlemen. John.
Always a fan pleaser right there is Wild Wally Palmer coming out of New Jersey and doing it for the Team SRT backed machine. So that's going to do it as we get ready to set the course here for race number 2, the vet main event.
The vet class main event, sponsored by Recluse.
That's right, vet main event coming up, courtesy of our good friends at Recluse. The 752 out of Hesperia, California, lined up in the gate. That's Cameron Welsh. Right alongside him, the 666 machine of Paul Jones out of Phoenix, Arizona. Also the 321 of Eric Shetler out of Mesa, Arizona. And right alongside him, the 328 out of Clovis, California. Put your hands together for Roger Flood. And the 305, very familiar face here around these parts in the Endurocross series. Put your hands together for Wayne Dickert. And the 209 lined up right alongside him out of Snohomish, Washington, David Sturm. Also the 104 of Nick McGowan lined up in the gate with the 101 of Rich Galaska. Also the 88, the Phoenix rider lining up in the gate right now. Put your hands together for Dan Hayakawa. And the number 71 out of Glendale, Arizona aboard the KTM will be Greg Menzel. And the 47 right alongside him will belong to Ben Trapp, with Holger Dettelman aboard the 41. The 37V of Craig Thompson from Fresno, California aboard the Team SRT machine. And also the 17M of Marty Hake out of Cave Creek, Arizona. And the crowd pleaser, put your hands together for the number 8 of Destry Abbott. And your final rider in the gate, the 6G out of Kent, Washington, Jason Gitchell. So that'll do it for your lineup for the vet main event. The vet 30-plus riders as we get ready to battle and undefeated here throughout 2017. The obvious, the DA8 backed machine of Destry Abbott. Of course, he spoke about it. Destry obviously doing for breast cancer awareness here for the month of October. And certainly a fan favorite right here in the hometown of Arizona. Here we go. Vet race. Up the inside, and who is it? Your current points leader, Destry Abbott, taking the whole shot. So again, Destry undefeated here already in 2017. There has not been very much in the way of competition here for the number 8 machine as he leads us around here for lap number 1. Also, we will see Destry joining me up here in the announcer's booth to call some of our bracket racing. We'll see a little bit later on in our schedule. So Destry split flashing here through the water pit, followed in by the 88 machine. Having his helmet, unlikely mistake there for the number 8 machine. All right, so some riders already running into some issues here early on as they enter into the firewood section. Very technical portion, even for our super endurocross riders. So for a number of these vet riders, obviously gonna give them some fits here throughout the vet main event. As another rider, unfortunately, going down here through the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. So now running into that number 2 spot, it will be the 209 out of Snohomish, Washington. David Sturm in the number 2 spot. Pedestrian maneuvering through our sand pit that we have here just there after the water. So Sturm still running that number 2 spot, excuse me. The 6G of Jason Gitchell. So Gitchell now running in the 3 spot, followed in by the 321B of Eric Shetler out of Mesa, Arizona. So Destry coming along the far side of the building here, entering into the matrix. A couple right. Oh, Destry unfortunately going down as he tries to get out of the way of a downed rider right in front of him, unfortunately putting him on the ground himself. But Destry, with the lead that he currently has no problem as the 209 of Gitchell. Looking to pull up on the backside here of David Sturm. So it's Sturm in second, Gitchell in third, followed in by the 321 running in our top 4. That's going to be Eric Shetler right out in Mesa, Arizona. And then the 88, the other Destry Abbott training facility rider, Dan Hawakawa running in your top 5. So Destry now entering into the fire pit. Oh, a little mistake there. As he exits out, gonna make this quick left and now jumps right into the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. So 2 sections. The first section that you guys are gonna see here through the night is right after the finish line. Very technical one-line section for all these riders. As you can see, the 101 unfortunately succumbing to that section. That's gonna be Rich Galaska. So Galaska having a little bit of struggle there as the 88, Dan Hawakawa, tries to make some moves with the 305 right alongside him of Wayne Dickert. So your leader taking the white flag, 1 lap left to go. Arizona, let's make some noise for Destry Abbott. The track, very one line, as you can see, coming into a number of flappers is your leader as he has to deal with the 47 of Ben Trapp. Oh, so a little mistake there out of the 752 of Cameron Welsh. So Welsh, unfortunately, getting a little bit squirrely there after the finish line. But the battle here is for that number 2 spot between David Sturm and Gitchell, currently sitting in 3rd. So here comes Destry Abbott, trying to actually lap his teammate Dan Hawakawa aboard the number 88 machine with 1 corner left to go. Your winner, put your hands together, Phoenix, for Destry Abbott. That's right, Destry taking home the win here in the vet main event, and the battle continues on between Sturm and Gitchell for that number 2 spot on the podium. All right, some great racing, and at this point in time, we'd like to ask that all Pro Taper Foot Race participants, all runners for the Pro Taper Foot Race, please meet on the concourse by the main entrance to the pit area down by the food stands. Please, all runners for the Pro Taper Foot Race, please meet down on the concourse by the main point of entrance into the paddock area. All right, so we're gonna get ready to send it on down to our undefeated winner so far in 2017, Lorette, for a word with our winners.
Thank you so much. I'm going to give Destry Abbott just a second to catch his breath because he did such an amazing job on the track. With me from Law Tigers is Bob Moeller. And Bob, we just wanted to bring you up here. Thank you so much for your involvement with Endurocross. And I know you have a few people that you'd like to thank.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody here. Let's have a big shout out for you. Without your support, we couldn't do this, folks. Listen, we're happy to be here. We're privileged to sponsor this event. We enjoy bringing these types of events to the Phoenix area. Law Tigers, we're America's motorcycle attorneys. We're home based here in Phoenix. We have operations in 11 states, soon to be about 14. And our model is we watch over our own, and that's what we're doing here tonight, watching y'all have a great time.
Bob, thank you so much, and thank you to Law Tigers. We really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Sturmy, nice work. Jason Gitchell, killing it. Destry Abbott, your hometown boy right here with the win. Destry, amazing, amazing job.
Thank you. You know what? A year ago, we had our DH Strong Foundation going on, and now we have our nonprofit. We're giving back to cancer patients. But you guys that were here saw me a year ago, and night and day difference. A year ago, I didn't know where I was at, where I was going to be at in another month. So I'm blessed to be here. So many of you guys have D8 stuff on, supporting us, emails. You don't understand how much that means to my wife and I. I ran the Pink Plastic for Breast Cancer Month, and you guys are amazing. There's one race I wanted to come back for, and it was this one, and I'm getting emotional because that's how much it means to me. I'm a native here. I lived here my whole life, and all you guys are awesome. I can't thank you enough.
Congratulations to our vet podium. I'm going to get out of the way. You boys hold up your trophies. In third place, Jason Gitchell. In second, David Sturm. And your winner, Destry Abbott! John.
Thank you, Lorette. Wow, what a great race, and undefeated here so far in 2017 is your winner, Destry Abbott. And man, nothing like having that hometown advantage here for the number 8 machine of Destry and his whole family coming out here supporting him in his efforts.
The amateur main event is sponsored by Big Valley Honda.
That's right, amateur open lined up on the gate right now. And again, a reminder for all of our Pro Taper Foot Race participants, please meet over at the main entrance into the Pro Pits. Again, all Pro Taper Foot Race participants meet on the concourse as you enter into the Pro Pit area as our riders are lined up here for the Amateur Open, the 976 of Josh Greco out of Kearns, Utah. Right alongside him, the 881 of Evan Fisher out of Surprise, Arizona. The 851 out of Minden, Nevada belongs to Zane Roberts. Also the 738 of Joseph Bridges lined up in the gate. Right alongside him, the 610 of Nick Saya. The 212 machine of Kyle Hutchinson, the 177 of Bobby Kettering, the 162 of Tyler Smith out of Simi Valley, California. Also, we're going to see Carter York aboard the 94 machine riding out of Flower Mount, Texas. Dan Hawakawa doing double duty here as he joins us again coming off of the vet main event, the 88 out of Phoenix, Arizona, Dan Hawakawa. Also the 78 of Steven Schultz, the 72 of Justin Line-Weber out of Johnson Valley, California. And the 55 joins us here right out of Gilbert, Arizona. Put your hands together for James Flynn. And the number 21, the Kevin Dupuis lined up in the gate and rounding out tonight's field in the Amateur Open, the 11 of Nick Bouchler. down on the starting line now from our starter Mike. The 32nd board is up, courtesy of the lovely PJ1 girls. So once we see the board go sideways anywhere between 15 seconds, we will see the gate drop here for the amateur open race number 3. So very quick corner there, little sprint race into turn number 1. And it looks like the 851 joined along the 976 of Josh and Greco with the whole shot. All right, so Josh Greco out of Kearns, Utah, looking good here as he enters into the Rocky Mountain ATV MC Rock Garden. The first of 2 sections that we have laid up for all these riders as rocks are flying, and so are the riders here for race number 3, the Amateur Open. So the 851 running in that number 2 spot, that's going to be Zane Roberts out of Minden, Nevada. And your current points leader, the 21 of Kevin Dupuis, currently running 4th. So Dupuis actually makes a move here through the fire pit. Now going to jump into that number 2 spot here in the field. So your leader, the 976, followed in by the 21, your current points leader in 2017, Kevin Dupuis. And now currently running in the 3rd spot will be the 162 of Tyler Smith out of Simi Valley, California. Tries to separate himself from the rest of the field. Dupuis, though, trying to gain some ground here early on as we complete lap number 2. The 78 looking good out there. That's Steven Stoltz out of Arizona, aboard the Yamaha, only 30 years of age. So very tight technical sections that we have here this evening. Some of the riders saying very similar to Supercross, very jumpy, very active here for a lot of these riders. As you can see, the 88 machine of Dan Hawakawa doing double duty here this evening, as we just saw him exit the track from the main event. And Dupuis making his way through the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden, no problem, and actually extends his lead over 3rd spot. As your leader comes across the finish line, that's going to be the 976 of Josh Greco. So Greco looking good here, round number 5 to start off the evening as Dupuis in 2nd comes across the finish line. Here comes our 3rd place rider. That will be the 851 of Zane Roberts, hanging tough. The 78 running in 4th place, that's going to be Steven Stoltz. Followed in by the 162, and he goes down right in front of Tyler Smith. So a little bit of carnage here as the 55, James Flynn, joins the carnage. But take a look at our leader, the 976 of Josh Greco.
John, that rock corner obviously causing a lot of trouble, a lot of headaches.
So the track we were just talking about, very technical, very jumpy, much like you'd see in an arena cross or supercross track, and suits Josh Greco's style, as that is his forte, is more of a supercross track type rider. So looks very comfortable out here this evening at this Westworld Arena track. So white flag is out. I'm gonna send it on down to Lorette.
Well guys, that rock corner causing a lot of trouble, a lot of headache for the riders. That rock corner, those rocks vary in size from a large watermelon to basketballs. The lines are constantly moving in that section, so the riders will find a line that changes every single time when they get to that section.
checkered flag is out for your winner, Josh Greco, taking home the win here in the Amateur Open race number 3. Followed in by Dupuis on the number 21 machine, who's your current 2017 points leader. Wow, some great racing continues on. I'm going to send it on down to the podium for a word with our winner.
Well, a couple of rounds. This man got 2 second-place finishes. This is his first win of the season. And Josh Greco, you just came up here and told me an incredible story with what you are dealing with. Tell me and tell everyone what you just said.
Yeah, at the last round, I popped a rib out, and one of my back ribs is actually loose. I'm riding on the weekends. That's it. I don't ride between rounds. This is my 4th day on an endurocross track. Vegas was my first ever day on one.
That is an amazing, amazing journey, and this is obviously really emotional for you as well.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped. I wanted to win. I've had a few chances, and I've took myself out, so this one's good. The last lap, I was telling myself, just don't go down.
Good job, Josh. Anyone you want to thank?
Strict gear, keeping my kits always. Just one helmet, CD boots. My personal company, Privateer Graphics. It's how I fund my way racing. Golden tire, Novik gloves, Atlas brace, No Toil moto seat, Tamer hole shots, TM designs. The list goes on and on. Everyone that supports me throughout the whole entire year, I'm thankful for.
I love the tenacity. I love the dedication. Congratulations. I'm going to get out of the way while we hand out the trophies for the Amateur Open class. In 3rd place, Zane Roberts. In 2nd, Kevin Dupuis. And with his first win in the Amateur Open class, Josh Greco. Great job, guys. John, let's go back up to you.
The Super Endurocross Gate Mix, sponsored by Motion Pro.
That's right, Super Endurocross Consolation Round number 1. Top 12 riders will move directly into tonight's bracket race. And 13 riders directly into tonight's main event a little bit later on in our schedule here. So lined up in the gate right now, the 696 out of El Cajon, California. Put your hands together for Noah Keppel. Also the number 120 machine out of Piera, Arizona, aboard the Yamaha, the 19-year-old phenom, Cooper Abbott. And the 118 right up alongside him will belong to Corey Graffunder. The 84, currently sitting number 3 here in the championship points, Trystan Hart for Team SRT. And the number 80 of Juan Paul Seguro, riding out of Spain aboard the Gas. And alongside him, the 14 machine, finishing 3rd in the 2016 season. Put your hands together for Ty Tremaine. And riding out of Lake Hughes, California, aboard the Husky for Team SRT, the number 7 of Kyle Redmond. And your final rider lined up in the gate here, your 2017 current points leader and red plate holder. Put your hands together for the factory KTM machine of Cody Webb. The stacked field of riders, the top 12 riders, will go directly into race number 7, our bracket race, which is new here for 2017. So our bracket race will be race number 7, 4 brackets of 3, broken down into 2 brackets of 2, and then 1 bracket of head-to-head racing, and we've seen some great racing out of the likes of Cody Webb and Colton Haaker, and again, unfortunately for the Husqvarna factory rider will not be joining us here for the remainder of 2017, so we'll have to leave it up to Cody Webb and whoever that next challenger will be. So the 30-second board is up courtesy of the lovely PJ One Girl. Once that board goes sideways, we will go racing for the Super Endurocross Conti 1, race number 4. Start, and look at who it is, the number 2 of Cody Webb off to the lead. Followed by the 120 of Cooper Abbott, the 7 of Redmond in the 2nd spot. So great start here for the factory Red Bull FMF KTM machine of Cody Webb, leading us for lap number 1, followed in by Kyle Redmond, the 120 of Cooper Abbott, and the 696 of Noah Keppel. Followed in by the 118 of Grufunder and Tremaine aboard the 14 machine. So the door is wide open here to take that 2nd or 3rd spot in the podium, as we've seen consistency out of your current leader, Cody Webb, taking home 4 main event wins out of 5. So the only other winner that we saw earlier on in Vegas was Colton Haaker, who drew first blood. But in response to that, it's been all the number 2 machine of Cody Webb. So no change in the running order right now. It's Cody Webb, followed in by the Team SRT rider, Kyle Redmond. The 120 of Cooper Abbott, and the 14 now taking over the number 2 spot. That's Tremaine. Oh, Abbott up the inside of Tremaine, banging bars. That's going to allow Grufunder now to take over that number 4 spot. Oh, Tremaine trying to get a little bit aggressive here on the 120 of Cooper Abbott, and unfortunately not able to get the job done. And what that does, it allows Grufunder now to take over the number 2-3 spot. So it's Webb, Redmond, Grufunder, Cooper Abbott, followed in by the 84 of Trystan Hart. So as the battle ensues, I'm going to set it on down the podium for a word with Lorette.
Well, John, these riders working so hard, and again, this is for the gate pick. All riders go to the Super Endurocross May. Cody Webb just putting on a clinic on how to get at the start. Doing a great job. Kyle Redmond, though, still is in his sights, a long straightaway behind him, but Kyle Redmond, number 7, in on the ball, trying to chase down Cody Webb. Now, these riders going through that rock turn. Earlier, I was talking about how it's constantly changing. Oh man, we have Trystan Hart going a little bit sideways, but he moved up against Cooper Abbott. Cooper Abbott did not move, did not go down, and looked like he was prepared for a run in this race.
Thanks, Lorette. Some great battling going down on the track right now. And Cooper Abbott, one of those guys getting aggressive here with the likes of Trystan Hart and Tremaine, which we saw a little bit earlier on. So here comes Tremaine trying to make up some ground here on the 120 machine of Cooper Abbott as the checkered flag has dropped, and your winner, put your hands together, Phoenix, for Cody Webb. And coming across now in second, going along to the number 7, the Team SRT rider of Kyle Redmond. And the charge into the podium. Looks like it will go to 118 of Corey Gruffunder. So continuing to go in winning fashion, the number 2 of Cody Webb, right alongside Lorette down on the podium.
Thanks, John. Guys, Cody Webb came off the track. His mechanic came over to him, and Cody, you were motioning to something on the track, and you were shaking your hand. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I'll be all right. Just the first corner is super tight right there, and just crushed my fingers on that plastic barrel. We'll be all right. Obviously, I rode through it, so it just sucks that I happen to be. So, you know, we'll just regroup, maybe pop an Advil, and look forward to the rest of the night.
Did you bruise anything? You didn't break anything, right?
No, my fingers moved, so we'll be all right. It just hurts, and a little bit of blood through the glove, but it is what it is.
Cody Webb, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Webb with the number 1 gate pick. And moving on to the main. Cody, thank you so much.
Thank you.
John.
The Trial Cross, sponsored by Gas.
Yeah, big thank you to Gas as we enter into the Trials Cross main event for race number 5 of the evening. So lined up in the gate out of Scottsdale, Arizona, aboard the Shirka, the 16-year-old machine, the 215 of Gavin Kurtz. Right alongside him, the 198 out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Put your hands together for the 14-year-old of Cole Sherrick. And the 77 out of Mason, Arizona, belonging to Sean Stuck. And the 67 machine out of Payson, Arizona, 58 years young. Put your hands together for Scott Kelly. And your final rider here in the gate, the number 3 out of Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, aboard the Gas, Brian Stoll. So that'll be a rundown here for main event number 5, the Trials Cross class. All right, so these riders lined up in the gate right now, the Trials Cross main event. So certainly a different form of what we've seen here already earlier on for round number 5 of the AMA Endurocross Series presented by PJ1 and Moose Racing. So 32nd board is up courtesy of the lovely PJ1 girls, and we have a quick dash into turn 1. So it looks like the 77 of Sean Stoke now taking over the lead, followed by the 198 trying to make some move. That's Cole Sherrick out of Scottsdale, Arizona, now running into the number 2 spot. So the Gas back rider out in front right now. Looks like that's going to be Brian Stoll out of Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. So a long way here from Stoll to join us right here in Arizona. Put your hands together as he leads lap number 1. So again, very different type of racing that we've seen here. Trials, a class of its own here. As you see, a number of these riders going to be standing up a majority of the time. Not much of a seat for these guys, but the one thing you will also notice is they will try not to dab their feet. That's what they call it in trials, is dabbing your feet. So you'll see these guys try to stand up a majority of the time without dabbing their foot in any of the corners, the jumps that you guys might see out here this evening at the Westworld Arena. All right, I'll send it on down to Lorette.
John, thanks so much. So the trials bikes, they're obviously a lot different from our 250s, 450s that are normally on track. The reason that we have a trials cross class is because back in the early days of Endurocross, Nick Manzoros came out here, he packed up his trials bike in his mom's station wagon, drove across country, and in Denver, rocked it. And he took his first win, he was totally out of breath, but Nick Manzoros, he is not to blame, but he's the reason that the Trials has their own class out here because he brought a Trials bike into the main event. There is obviously a weight advantage and tire advantage, so we moved the bike to its own class, and here we have Trials Cross.
Thank you, Lorette. Some great information, and again, to her point, this is really just a melting pot, the Endurocross series of all the different racing that we see here, likes of motocross, supercross, much to what you see the track kind of laid out, and then of course trials, a lot of the off-road, of course, very heavy here in the Phoenix and the Arizona area. So yeah, very much so a melting pot for all the disciplines in motorcycling, and certainly this is an exciting one here with our Trials Cross main event. So your leader looking great out front. That's going to be the number 3 of Brian Stoll. Again, Brian out of Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. The 2M carbon parts backed rider entering into the matrix now. So the 129 it looked like, and the 77 battling it out, excuse me, the 198 of Cole Charette and the 77 of Sean Stuck are the 2 riders stuck in a battle here for that number 2 spot on the podium. As the white flag is out here for race number 5, your leader, Brian Stoll. So Stoll maneuvering through the center portion of the track, through the sand, up and over this one little roller. Quick right-hander, where it gets really technical. A little single, and then it's a step over. None of the Trials riders, as you can see, are doing that. And then it's actually a double into the fire pit. And then a quick left-hander with just a few corners left to go for your leader, Brian Stoll. So the fast house backed rider, the 198 of Shurik, out of Scottsdale, Arizona, running in that number 2 spot, followed in by the 77 of Sean Stuck. And then we see the number 67 of Scott Kelly out of Payson, Arizona. And right in tow will be the 215 of Gavin Kurtz out of Scottsdale, Arizona, aboard the Shurka. So checkered flag is out for your winner. Put your hands together for the number 3 of Brian Stoll, taking home tonight's Trials Cross main event. All right, some great racing there in the Trials Cross main event, and a big congratulations going out to Brian Stoll as they send it down to the podium for a word with our winner.
Thank you, John. Our riders are just getting organized, so gentlemen, come on up here. You just worked really hard. We're gonna give them a second to get organized, and I'm gonna bring up Paul Parabinos from Pro Taper. And Paul, Pro Taper has been a long-time sponsor of Endurocross. We are so glad to have you here. What would you like everyone to know about Pro Taper?
Just that we really enjoy being a sponsor of Endurocross, and we're not just a handlebar company. We have so many other great products, and this is a great venue that puts our products to the test. So you know, we're really bummed that Colton Haaker's not here tonight to contend, you know, for the title fight with Cody Webb. But we have a lot of athletes out here tonight, and we're really excited to see the good crowd here. So everyone in Phoenix turned out, so that's awesome. And yeah, so we really enjoy being part of the series. Yeah, I'm always here, you know, kind of scouting talent and making sure everything's correct with our brand and our athletes and our products. So yeah, happy to be a part of it and happy to see everybody out here.
Paul, thank you so much. And a little bit later tonight, we are going to see the Pro Taper foot race, which is always hilarious. So good luck to all of our runners. Oh my goodness, there is things breaking on the podium up here. Awards are falling. Hi guys, great job to our winner, Brian Stull. Brian, amazing job. You just jumped out there, grabbed a great start. Was that key to this win?
Yeah, for sure. The start's really tight, like Cody was saying there, so good start, good finish.
Pretty simple. Who would you like to thank?
Definitely my parents for sure, and I had a lot of help from Martin Maticek from the Czech with carbon parts, and he really helps me out more than probably most people, and just my friends that came out and watched, and just everybody I ride with. It's a lot of fun.
Congratulations. I'm going to get out of the way. You gentlemen, don't drop that trophy again. My goodness. In third place, Sean Stuck. In second, Paul Chernick. And your winner, Brian Stull. Congratulations, guys. John, let's go up to you.
The Amateur B main event sponsored by Canada Tires.
That's right, Lorette. Thank you so much as the Amateur Open B main event, race number 6, lines up in the gate. And of course, we gotta thank the wonderful folks over at Pro Taper for helping us out, longtime sponsors and partners here. Paul Parabinos, thank you guys for joining us here for round number 5 as the stage is set for the Amateur Open B main event. The 423 lined up in the gate, Cole Wilton. Also, we're going to see the 385 of Josh Torres out of Vail, Arizona. The 357 of Jared Broser out of Montrose, Colorado. Also joining the field here tonight in the Amateur B main event, put your hands together for the 209 of David Stern. Also the 207 out of Scottsdale, Arizona, Lucas Wilkinson. And right alongside him will be the 175, maybe a sibling here, of Calvin Wilkinson, also out of Scottsdale, Arizona. And the 116 out of New Smyrna Beach, Florida, the Kawasaki back machine of Alec Perinard. And then 75X out of Morristown, Arizona, aboard the Yamaha. Put your hands together for Noah Tiddell. And the 30X out of Scottsdale, Arizona, aboard the Honda, the 19-year-old of Jack Geisey. And the 18 out of Globe, Arizona, aboard the Yamaha. Put your hands together for Kyler Heimer. And your 2016 Women of Endurocross champion out of Barons, Alberta, Canada, the KTM machine. Put your hands together for Shelby Turner. That's right, Shelby Turner going to be doing double duty here this evening as she sets her sight on the 2017 championship for the women's class here of Endurocross. So a great lineup of riders here set to do battle in the Amateur Open B main event. Board has raised courtesy of the lovely PJ1 girls. And again, very small start shoot here into turn number 1. The inside should pay some dividends that we've seen here all night. Looks like the number 1 of Turner gonna get the whole shot. So unfortunately, Turner getting shoved out, but she is sitting in the number 2 spot and going for the number 1 position. Here she goes. So great start for your 2016 champion in the women's class, Shelby Turner, off to a great start aboard that KTM. So Turner gonna lead him around here for lap number 1. So it looks like the number 18 of Kyle Heimer out of Globe, Arizona sits in second, and the 116 looking pretty in pink tonight, Alec Perinard. So Turner looking great again, doing double duty here tonight. We've seen her do this at a few different rounds here throughout 2017, and she looks great out front and going for her first Amateur Open B main event win here in 2017. So Alec Perinard looking outside, trying to make some moves to the number 2 spot as they enter into the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden, and he does. He now takes over that number 2 spot. So it's KTM, Kawasaki, Yamaha in your top 3. And again, your leader, already a proven champion here in our women's class, and looking to do the same here right in our Amateur Open rider class. So Turner leading him around another lap. So Turner riding for AMA Racing, KTM of Canada, FXR, Rhino Power, Tire Balls, and V Rubber. As unfortunately, Alec Perinard going down here through the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. He remounts as he pulls right alongside the 18 of Kyle Heimer. So Kyler looking up the inside, and now will take over the number 2 spot over Perinard. Hey Phoenix, how about you put your hand together for your current leader, Shelby Turner? That's right, Shelby on a tear right now aboard that KTM, head down and looking forward to taking home the win here in the Amateur Open B main event. So it looks like Jack Geis now coming into the picture here and taking that number 2 spot as Turner completes another lap here around the Westworld Arena. All right, so Perinard now jumps into that number 2 spot, trying to come up on some lappers in the way of the 207 of Lucas Wilkerson. So no problem for Turner as she makes her way around some lap traffic. But looking good here in the number 2 spot is the 116 of Alec Perinard, followed in by the 18 of Kyler Heimer. But Turner tripling in to the matrix, the only woman I've seen all day actually tripling into that matrix section. Not very many of the men riders that we see out here this evening are even tripling in. Great run here out of Shelby Turner as she takes the white flag. 1 lap left to go for the Amateur Open B main event. So some big accolades here for Turner as she's the ISD Women's Gold Medalist here in 2017, holding it down for Canada. So very talented and putting in the work is Shelby Turner here tonight for round number 5 as Alec Perinard sitting in that number 2 spot. So Turner, one last trip here through the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden, no problem for her. You'd think that number 1 plate would be heavy, but not for this girl, not at all. As she has a great round here in 2017 in the women's class and looking to continue in her winning way here in the Amateur Open B main event with 1 corner left to go. Westworld Arena, stand up for your winner, Shelby Turner. That's right, big win for Shelby Turner, taking it home here in tonight's Amateur Open B main event. Hey, Phoenix, how about you put your hands together for your winner, Shelby Turner?
Unbelievable job by Shelby Turner. Before I interview her, I just want to draw your attention to rider 209 who crossed the finish line in 6th. That is David Sturm. Ladies and gentlemen, this rider came out of the hospital not too long ago, fighting for his life because of a food-borne illness. He's still recovering, he is still working hard, but he's out here dedicated, and his bike did not start on the start line. So he went from dead last to 6th, and now celebrating with his dad. Shelby Turner, on the other hand, had an outrageously perfect start, grabbed that whole shot, and off you went, and you came over here and you said, man, that was so much fun.
Yeah, the track's really good right now. I was a little concerned after the second practice, they really watered it, but it's holding up nice. Everything's beaten in, it's the perfect amount of hard, and it's just a lot of fun out there.
Shelby, unbelievable job. And ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna see Shelby Turner go after the women's title run in the women's class. So we will see her a little bit later tonight. Shelby, great job.
Thank you so much. Just want to thank my sponsors, A&E Racing, FXR, Alpenstar, Oakley, Arai, Tire Balls, V-Rubber, my parents for bringing me out here, and everyone for putting on a great event.
Wahoo, Shelby Turner. All right, I am gonna get out of the way and we are gonna celebrate our Amateur Open B main. In 3rd place, Kyler Heimer. In 2nd, Alec Bernard. And your winner, Shelby Turner. Great job, guys. John, back up to you.
Brett, thank you so much. Big congratulations going out to Shelby Turner as well as Alec Bernard taking home that number 2 spot as, man, we get ready to stack the gate for the Pro Taper Foot Race.
The Pro Taper Foot Race, sponsored by Pro Taper Endurocross.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that we have riders of a different variety here in our starting gate. This is the Pro Taper Foot Race. Mike Hathaway, are we ready? We're ready. Can we put up the 30-second board? And they're off. The gates have dropped for our Pro Taper Foot Racers. Out in the lead with a great start. Oh man, this track is so slippery out here, but look at the horsepower. Oh my, this kid is a hurdler for sure. Going up through these rock sections, oh my gosh, watch your ankles and ACLs. Man, that kid is a gazelle. Coming down that last straightaway. He is going to take the checkered flag. Oh! Wow. What an unbelievable race that you just put down. First of all, what is your name?
Cole Jaquette.
Are you a track runner?
Yes, ma'am.
You're a hurdler.
Yes, ma'am.
I could tell. That was unbelievable. Tell us what you just experienced running on that track.
That sucked. I got to like these last logs, my legs started giving out. I saw the tires, I'm like, no, this is gonna be terrible. So I just dove over the finish.
That was an amazing dismount. I don't know if your track coach is gonna be very pleased that you did this, but we are. Unbelievable job. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Endurocross does for entertainment. So now we are going to take a short intermission. We are going to bring out a couple of our riders on track. We are going to interview them, get a different rider's perspective. So you want to get up, stretch your legs, grab some Endurocross merchandise. Please come back in about 15 minutes.
All right, out of the courtesy of all of our fans here, anybody standing on the concourse, if you guys have a seat, please be seated as a courtesy to all of our fans here.
The main process for us to get going on the job site is we spend a day or two mixing and processing the dirt, and then over the course of the week we have 6 to 8 guys with about 3 operators in all the heavy equipment that we utilize. Basically start by bringing the dirt in, and then slowly but surely we'll bring in all the different materials through the course of the days. You know, we have about 150 logs in here. I think there's about 40 to 50 ton of rock, 50,000 gallons of water into the dirt to get it to the point where it is right now. And you know, with the pond, we bring in the concrete truck and pour the pond. And basically, over the course of the week, we develop what you see here, this beautiful Endurocross track.
Well, the first thing we do when we're getting ready for Endurocross is we prep our bikes. The biggest things we do are like the guards. So we've got like a skid plate that basically covers the linkage, basically guards for the rear disc, parts that protect like radiators. Basically most of the stuff is to kind of like protect the bike so you don't derail a chain or bend a rotor or something like that. And we tune our suspension maybe a little softer than you would for arena cross or motocross.
Mainly for the most part, when I train for Endurocross, you know, bike time is the most important thing. You can be the physically most fit person in the gym you've ever seen and be put on a dirt bike, and you can still have the skills, but even if you get put on the dirt bike with the skills without being like kind of one with your bike, you can go out there and just totally pump up, super tired, huffing and puffing, out of rhythm. So it really comes down to like bike time, and everything outside of that has been pretty much cross training.
Surprising thing about the track is it's a one-off hybrid weirdo thing. I mean, it's got everything in it: rocks, logs, water crossings. The rocks are probably the hardest thing usually every race. I mean, there's usually holes in there that sometimes can swallow a bike. And you know, Endurocross is tricky, and it's first couple times riding it, you're not going to enjoy it. And once you start figuring it out, getting comfortable, it actually becomes it's pretty fun to ride. And you know, I hope to see just the interest keep growing more and more. And it's always a race where someone's going down, crashing, and luckily the speed's a little bit slower, so no one's seriously getting hurt.
Redmond. Then you got the 27 of Wild Wally Palmer, who's one of the most spectacular riders in this series. Gets elbowed out of the way.
Oh, and Rafunda trying to do what Brown did in the first lap. See the guys now doubling that turn.
Oh, Palmer down.
That rock pile looks really slippery, I think.
Oh, Haaker down. Oh, no, all sorts of tangled up. Wow, Tremaine and Keppel come together all the way over the bars.
We've seen that with Kevin a few times. And,
oh, Sandoval down.
As you can see here, this rock section just treacherous, and these guys just falling off right and left.
And this section is tough. Oh, and down. Not what you want to have happen when you come in with a thumb injury. Pressure of defending a title, not a problem. Wait a minute. Speak too soon. He's down as well.
He jinxed him.
Oh, no. Oh my goodness. And there goes Prochnow down. And he was second earlier, though, until this.
That's that section. It's just getting worse and worse.
Mike Brown has been up and down. Oh! Max Gersten. You don't knock Mike Brown down.
After a horrible start, and Lafferty is stalled. Oh, and a rider into the barricades.
Hole, as we said before, the rocks underneath make it very difficult. Uh-oh, rider having problems.
Ian Blythe had a little get off here, a little more traction.
It's the main event here in Everett. Oh, and last lap, Robert's gonna get by him and then go down.
Now Haaker's like, what do I do? He's gonna get going.
Oh, he just gets up in time. Robert's gonna try to fight back. Haaker holds on for second.
I'm Max Gersten, and I'm out here with Dirt Rider Magazine, going over some suspension tips on an Endurocross track out here at Area 15. All right, so here we are at the first obstacle of my Endurocross track. It's a big log. Before I get into it, I want to go over some sag stuff, because I'm not going to change the sag from section to section. As far as sag is concerned, you want to develop a sag setting that works for you. I know a lot of guys that run a little bit higher. I know some guys that run a little bit lower. Me personally, I go a little bit lower than what would be considered a medium setting. So I probably run my sag right around like 108 millimeters or so. That just seems to be what works well for me on my 350 beta. So you're gonna wanna set it, you're gonna get used to it, and you're gonna wanna leave it. You usually aren't gonna wanna change that from track to track or obstacle to obstacle. And the reason is because it'll probably just make you go backwards. You really just want to learn how to ride with it and get used to it, and that's what's gonna be the best thing for you for sag. Now, the most important suspension setup tip for a big log like this is gonna be compression. The reason is we have minimal dirt in front of the log here, so that's gonna put a lot of pressure on our forks and our shock when we come up over it. So we want a firm setup. Not super, super stiff, but not plush. We definitely don't want it plush because when we hit that log, we're gonna be coming in at speed and we want that bike to be able to absorb it how it's supposed to and not travel all the way through the stroke and then deflect us left, right, up, down after the log. In this case, that whole theory is amplified because we have rocks afterwards. So we really want to come off the backside of this log with a balanced chassis, because if not, then we're going into a nasty rocks without a balanced chassis. I mean, that's just not what you want. So you want it to be firm, come up and over, and then so you can get back on the gas or be balanced. So you want the first 4 inches nice and soft like always, and then after that, you want to firm it up nice and quick so that you can stay balanced coming over a log like this. So up next here, we got this huge double. Take off right here and land on those tires. And what makes this situation a little bit more complicated is we have a really short run up. With that being said, we're gonna want kind of a firmer compression for the face of the jump so we don't blow this through the stroke. And because this jump has a log on top with a little bit of a kicker, that's gonna make rebound very important as well, because we don't want it to be too fast and we don't want it to be too slow. So backing up a little bit, compression wise, if our suspension is too soft coming up the face of this, we're gonna travel through the stroke and we're gonna go through the jump, not over it. And that's not what we want. So you want it to be firm so it stays up in the stroke, so it transfers that energy up and out. For the log at the top, like I was saying, rebound is gonna be really important, because if the rebound is too fast, it's gonna kick us up and over the handlebars like that, and nobody likes that. And if it's too slow, we're gonna kind of overcompensate for it naturally, and it's gonna kind of kick us up like Larry like this. You don't wanna be Larry. So you gotta find that happy medium where it stays up in the stroke and the rebound just pops you just enough so you get a nice even chassis over the whole jump, and you hopefully downside the backside of those tires nice and smooth. All right, here we are. We're over here at the firewood pit. This is probably the nastiest section on an endurocross track. The reason being, you got round logs, short logs, fat logs, skinny logs, every kind of log you can imagine. Some are square, some are round, and every single one of them wants to throw you on your head. So with this, contrasting the last two obstacles, we really want our suspension really soft for this. I know it sounds crazy all on the same track, but that's just how it is. When you come through the firewood, there's so many different angles and so much going on that you want your bike to pretty much just plow right through it. Now, when I say plow right through it, I don't necessarily mean sink all the way in, but you want it to kind of just soak up anything that you're throwing at it. So a soft compression matched with a little bit quicker rebound to get those tires back on the ground and stay in the initial part of the stroke is very, very important here. What we have here is a rock pivot turn. This is a left-hander. We come in, pivot, and then exit the rocks going that way. What's really important here is that we weight that rear end. The reason being is we have a lot of loose, sketchy, slippery rocks, and we really want to weight that rear end coming out. Now what we're going to do that is we're going to lower our forks and our triple clamps, which is going to raise the front end just a little bit, and we're also going to soften up our high-speed compression. What that's going to do is it's basically just going to transfer the weight of the motorcycle that's already there onto the rear tire just a little bit more, and it's also going to give us a little bit lower seat height, which is going to be a little bit easier to stick your foot out just so you have something to pivot around. Here we have the matrix. In the video, you're gonna see that I was just doubling these two logs right here. The reason is because I didn't have a whole matrix set up yet, so I'm kind of in the process of working on that. But we can still kind of demonstrate how to properly double this, and we can also demonstrate how to ride over this if there was logs before it and after it, like a true matrix would be. Two key factors on this for a matrix on bike setup is high-speed compression on the shock and the tightness of your steering stem. I run mine a little bit tighter just so that if it's on a stand, it's just tight enough so that the bars don't fall when you turn them to the side and let go. The reason is it's going to keep your front end from wanting to knife to the left and to the right when you hit these logs, because no matter what you're going to do, you're not going to be able to hit these things square on. Even if you do hit them square on, your bike is still going to want to turn and knife on you. So a little bit tighter steering stem is going to help a lot more than you might even think it would. Along with that, high-speed compression. The high-speed compression is going to be more along the lines of like once you get a little bit more advanced in the matrix and maybe start doubling them. The reason is when you hit this log to either double it or just wheel into the next one, you don't want your shock to travel too far through the stroke. If it goes too far through the stroke, it wants to hang up on that log and it soaks up all your energy, so it's going to be harder to get over that next log. So you want actually a little bit stiffer high-speed compression. All right guys, so here we have a laid down rock section with different sized rocks. Some are moving, some are not. We have rocks everything from this size right here all the way up to something bigger like this that's not going to move on you. With that being said, really important factors is going to be suspension plushness. You want to go for plushness here. High speed compression on the shock and regular compression on the forks with a little bit quicker rebound is going to be key. And the reason is because you want that shock to move, but with rebound, you want a quicker rebound so it will come back and stay in the soft part of the stroke. That's going to help transfer the energy to the rear tire so you can get traction. It's also going to help not transfer the energy all the way up through the bike and into your seat or into your foot pegs so you're not getting kicked around the whole time. You can also lower your forks and your triple clamps a little bit. That's just going to take some of the weight off the front end. It's going to make it a little bit easier to steer and put your front end where you want in these rocks. Here we have laid down tractor tires. Now, don't even try to set your suspension up for these because they are so inconsistent. With that, you might say, well, you said that the firewood was this inconsistent too. Well, you're right, but with the firewood, at least we have a direction. With the firewood, you're always going to want something that's really soft just to soak up all the edges. With these, some might be squishy like this, and some might be stiff like this. So you could literally go from needing stiff suspension to needing soft suspension or vice versa. These things are so inconsistent. Sometimes they'll poke you up like Larry Loop Out. Sometimes they'll throw you right over the bars. I don't know what to tell you. Don't set your suspension up for these. Just try to get used to them and do the best you can. What we have here is a descending and ascending rock section. These are all large boulders with a lot of big holes in between them. And all the rocks have really bad, really crazy angles with a lot of weird sharp edges. So they're solid, yet still pretty unpredictable. When you're coming down the hill, one of the most important things is going to be your fork height and compression. The reason is you're going to want to lower your forks a little bit and your triple clamps because that's going to make your front tire less prone to dropping into a hole and going over the handlebars. Along with that, a little bit tighter stem, once again, is going to help because it's just going to help deaden all.
All right, so the stage is set here as we get ready for our bracket race, and I'm joined alongside the number 8 machine, undefeated here in 2017,
Yeah, if you guys haven't watched bracket racing, this is some of the most exciting racing. 3 riders go at once, 1 lap. Leader moves on to the next round.
Yeah, and you just saw it here, something totally different that we've seen, and something totally new for the riders in the way that we've done the start here, Destry.
Yeah, on the start, they have to just do 1 lap, so this is the best way to do it. Cody Webb's, of course, going to be the favorite, but 1 lap, anything can happen. The big section is seems like right now is the rocks, both rock piles.
Yeah, you're totally right, and it's funny that you said that. Of course, the most difficult part you point out, and these guys have to execute it this time around.
Absolutely. Max, you know, he's coming back from an injury, a local favorite here, of course. But like I said, Cody Webb just makes everything look really easy.
Yeah, certainly looking great out front already is the number 2 machine of Cody Webb, and almost undefeated here, aside from, unfortunately, not having Colton Haaker here this weekend.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite races to watch, is the bracket racing. It will get more intense as it goes on because it comes down to 1 point. These 3 riders will go, then the next 3, and then as the leaders keep moving on, it comes down to 1 point. The winner, that championship point is huge.
Well, continuing his winning way, Cody Webb going to take home first crack at it for our bracket race here, Destry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who do we got lined up in the gate right now?
We have Quinn Winsel, Segura from Spain, and Kyle Redman. Kyle probably had the best gate pick, I would assume, for lining up on that inside. He'll be able to control that first right-hand corner.
Yeah, he had a great heat race, obviously taking second behind Webb early on. So has to be a level of confidence here coming in the bracket race.
Absolutely, and a little bit longer start than what they're used to tonight. So, but that gate drop is huge. You know, you'll see them, the RPMs are up. They're focused on that gate. And with one lap, that start's super important.
How about Juan Paul Seguro, man, coming here to 2017, the unknown, and man, been really making a cut.
Juan usually gets great starts. I'm surprised he didn't get that on the two-stroke. I know we have two-stroke fans out there, so I'm sure they're pulling for him.
I think we have some Destry Abbott fans here in the houses. Kyle Redmond out to the early lead. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there, it looked like.
Yeah, you know what? He paused. With the other guys, there wasn't much they can do. Oh, a little sideways in that water pit. But like you said, in that rock corner, that inside line's the best line, and he's protecting it. But if he messes up and someone's following him, they got to wait.
Obviously not favorable right now is the number 5 of Quinn Wenzel, but man, kind of another rider coming out of the unknown here in 2017.
Yeah, Quinn comes from that trials' background. You can see him use his legs really well. And this is a pretty difficult track in areas, and momentum, as I've talked about before, is so important.
Yeah, how about Juan Paul Seguro putting in the edge right here on Redmond for that number 1 spot?
Yeah, this matrix section is going to be big.
Yeah, let's see who can execute it. How hard is that triple for these riders?
Yeah, the triple in isn't so bad. The triple out is really difficult to downside because you have to downside that. Awesome job. Kyle Redmond takes that win, moves on to the next round.
That's right, doing it for Team SRT is Kyle Redmond taking home that win. And in the gate, it looks like we have Wild Wally Palmer, Tremaine, and Corey Graffunder, the teammate there to Redmond.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Ty's one of the most talented kids up and coming for sure, and has won the youth championship in Europe. Corey Graffunder, Mr. Consistent, riding really well. Wally Palmer, Wild Wally.
Yeah, he was looking forward to as far as 2016 coming off of 3rd place in the championship.
Yeah, he's riding well. He hasn't been as consistent, but he's young, and that's Endurocross. It's hard to be consistent in Endurocross.
I think you're right, and I think he's due for a podium finish and or even a win here in 2017 very soon. All right, so out in front it is Tremaine, followed in by Graffunder. Another rider had an injury earlier on in the season. We'll have a throwaway race.
Yeah, that'll definitely help Corey. And Corey's a consistent rider, always talented, from Canada. Really well, extreme rider, hair scrambles, and a phenomenal Endurocross rider. Looks like it goes inside. Nice try. They're going to be protecting that inside. There's a few lines on this rock. Corey did a great job there, but Ty actually rode that section really well. Yep. Setting up on this course, one thing is you're setting up wide to carry the momentum over these logs, rocks, whatever it is, but at the same time, it opens that door up for the guy behind you.
Yeah, you're right. You can tell these riders are trying to almost somewhat squaring up the corner to get that more drive through the corner itself.
Yeah, absolutely. This next race, we got a good one here. Trystan Hart, I'm sorry, I couldn't see it from here. Trystan Hart, my son Cooper, and I don't know our 3rd rider there.
Eric Roden, guys.
Another rider here joining us, Abbott, Hart, and of course Tremaine taking home the win here just in the last one. Here we go. Coming into turn number 1. Again, this is unfamiliar territory for these riders.
Yeah, it definitely is. Trystan has been riding phenomenal. He's already pulled off the second, and great job, but almost goes down, and like you said, there's not much. Cooper's trying to go up. Cooper stalled it, but there they go again. That's just the tough thing by following. You don't want to go outside and let the guy in 3rd place get by you.
That's right, and so it's Hart, and then it's Eric Roten, the 200 machine.
Eric from Colorado. Eric's a great guy. I really like Eric. I know he didn't miss Colorado the last round, or 2 rounds ago, I should say, and it's good to have him back in the series.
Yeah, unfamiliar territory for Cooper right now, sitting in 3rd. I know he's been putting some great runs here.
Yeah, of course, I get to spend time with him all the time, being my son, but he's just working on consistency, and that's going to be a big thing. But Roten was going for it. That was nice.
I know some people play off of kind of that home field advantage. Do you think that kind of gets you nerves?
You know what? The home field advantage is nice, but at the same time, you're more nervous racing in front of your home crowd. I know I was in the vet class, and it's just a different atmosphere. I love it, but at the same time, it's a lot harder.
All right, so the winner here, Trystan Hart, continuing and doing great here aboard that Team SRT. Will take home the win, and then looks like we'll set the stage here for Redmond, Tremaine.
Yeah, now we're down to 2 riders, and this is where it gets even more intense and more exciting. Little fist pump there, good buddies, but I guarantee you it's going to be aggressive.
Yeah, it's always some good laughter out in the pits, but when it comes down to the gate drop, it's all about rubbing elbows here.
It is. Endurocross is intense, and you saw that with a lot of other races. You'll see that tonight in the women's main and in the pro main.
Yeah, these guys don't cut the checks for one another, so they're certainly not going to hold back.
No, that's what makes this sport so great. You know, we all love the winning, and that's passion.
It's a pretty good jump, but I think he actually maybe thought he got too much of a good jump.
Yeah. Ty checked up there and hoping that, he pushed Kyle push a little bit, but Kyle was smart enough. One of the veteran riders also, and riding really well on the SRT team.
Yeah, one of those aggressive riders too. Unfortunately, it looks like Tremaine having a little bit of issues here in the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden.
Yeah, he stalled there. Luckily, he's got the electric start, but I guarantee you Kyle knows that. He's going to back it down a little bit, take some deep breaths, be a little more smart, be a little smoother, not worrying about riding on the edge as much.
Yeah, the track is really what it's going to look like. It'll probably break down just a little bit, so you think it's a good opportunity just to kind of learn the track?
You said it perfectly. Ty's probably going to try a new line through the rocks and see how that is, because like I said, tonight the lines are going to change, especially when traffic gets to be an issue. And so right now he's a smart enough rider to know where to go.
Yeah, it looks like the field is set. It could be Redmond and potentially Webb or Hart here for the main in our bracket.
Yeah. And I wouldn't count out Hart. Cody Webb's a phenomenal rider and pretty much been in the mains the whole time. I wish we had Colton here, but he had surgery this last week on his elbow, and we definitely miss seeing him here because that was a nice rivalry they had.
Well, in every single round, we saw those guys head to head through all the colors.
Yeah, but look at that start from Trystan. He's going to cut over inside. Cody's going to check up. Cody's going to be smart here. He's probably not going to follow in the rocks. We'll see how this goes.
Well, the word in the pits, he's kind of like the silent assassin, the number 84 machine. He just kind of plugs along.
Yeah, look at him. You're right. Look at him setting up already on this inside, trying to get inside him. Being a little aggressive, tapping he's not going to clean him out, but he'll probably follow him here after this firewood pit. That outside line is the fastest line, and Cody's probably going to go left.
Do you think a sense of urgency
there
out of Cody right now?
Oh, 100%. This 1 point is a little aggressive, but a little wild there. That's not normal with Cody.
So the silent assassin, the 85,
phenomenal,
hanging tough alongside the champion here and your current points leader in 2016.
You want to see something phenomenal? Watch this matrix section. He's going to go 5 with his front end. Oh, maybe not. He did that earlier.
There
you go. Yeah.
Oh, Hart not going to give up though.
Yeah.
But the win going to Cody Webb, Destry.
Awesome job. I love the crowd getting into that. Did you guys enjoy that?
Well, outside of a final bracket race, I think that was one of the most eventful races that we've seen here so far in 2017.
That's what Endurocross is about right there. So this is going to be a great final for sure.
Yeah, so we'll let these guys catch their breath, and it looked like it will be Redmond and Webb. So Redmond and Webb will be our two guys going into this final bracket race.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to come down. The winner here gets 1 point. Of course, Cody Webb's kind of extended his point lead for the reason Colton Haaker's not here. So it's not as crucial, but every point matters in a championship. And I guarantee you Cody wants to win this too.
Yeah, and I had a chance to talk with Cody, and obviously as a competitor, you hate to see that for any of his riders or competition out there. And the thing is that it doesn't lead to some great racing. It looks like maybe something going down, Lorette. What's going on down there?
Hey guys, so I'm down in the pits, and we're gonna see Cody Webb and Kyle Redmond go head to head. There seems to be some sort of problem with Kyle Redmond's bike, and we are being told that he should be given some time to fix whatever the problem is. His dad is his mechanic, working on the rear wheel. It looks like a sprocket, not a sprocket, the rim lock.
Hey, Lorette, is there any opportunity you can get with Kyle and ask him a couple questions?
All right, so I'm being told by Kyle the rim lock is broken. Nope, Dad's saying it's okay. It just wasn't tight is what the report is. So Dad fixed it, and the bike is starting. Kyle Redmond getting to the line.
The mechanics make the world go around here, Destry.
Mechanics are a huge part of our racing for sure. Kyle Redmond, Cody Webb, great friends. I know they ride together a lot. But like I said before, this is still going to get aggressive. This is first race for Kyle in the main events against the head-to-head, and especially against Cody Webb. So it's going to be good.
How do you push that out of your mind, knowing obviously you just had a mechanical problem, and man, you're about to go for one extra point here in the championship, and not only that, you're alongside Cody Webb.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to not think about anything. The negativity in racing, you can't think about it. Right now, I know he's probably not focusing on that. He's focusing on this start, and that's out of his control now, and this 1 point's going to be huge.
Here we go. battle into turn number 1. So Webb just casually going into turn 1.
Yeah, Cody makes everything look a lot smoother and easier than what it is. Phenomenal job. It looks like Kyle pulled off. So Cody Webb probably doesn't know that just yet. He'll check up after this corner and see, and maybe put a little show on for you guys.
Yeah, he's always quite the showman, and not even if he even knows he's putting on a show. It's just, as you said, his riding and his ability is just next level.
Oh, he's phenomenal. Just a top trials rider that went to extreme racing and now is dominating Endurocross racing along with Colton Haaker.
Yeah, he's actually at one point in time part of Geoff Aaron's ERE riding shows that he had put on. So yeah, Cody Webb definitely knows how to get around an Endurocross track.
There he goes. That's what I wanted him to do. I called that the last race. He didn't do it for me, but that is so much harder than it looks. Let's give Cody Webb a hand for that win.
Yeah, Destry, what a great ride for Cody Webb. One additional point here towards the championship that, man, in some way kind of looks like it could be locked up, but still a lot of racing to go on, not only tonight, but for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, and Colton's kind of proved that. Injuries are part of our sport, and he knows that. He knows he needs to focus tonight. He's, of course, going to be the favorite going into this main, but sometimes that backfires when you think you're going to be the guy to win all the time, and if you're not 100% focused, that's when you can get hurt.
Hey, Destry, well, I see this great hat you have on, and I know you guys are right down here on the mid-main. What do you guys have going on down there?
Yeah, we have our DH Strong Foundation going on that we announced this weekend, and Recluse, a big part of donating the YZ 450 FX. And yeah, 100% of the proceeds go to our foundation, nonprofit, to cancer patients. So if you get a chance, check out our dhstrong.org. Donate or try to have a chance to win to that bike.
Yeah, if not, just go down there, give some high fives. It goes a long way, and we appreciate Destry being up here. Hey, Phoenix, can we make some noise for Destry Abbott?
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
And you guys will be signing some autographs after, I take it?
Absolutely. We'll be down in the pits. Stop by the pits after the race, giving away some goodies, posters, all that. So thank you guys for everything you do.
No problem, Destry. Thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate everything you do for the Endurocross Series, not just yourself, your family, of course, your son helping put on this show, Cooper Abbott. All right, so we'll send it on down. Looks like maybe a word down on the podium. All right, and we're going to get a word here with Cody Webb down on the podium.
Well, Cody was on his way out because the races are going to start real quick. But Cody, 2 additional points. I just want to make sure, how is your hand?
My hand's all right. I'm glad you guys got a good battle there between Trystan and I. Clean, hard fought, trying different lines. And he moved over because he knew for sure I was going to try and triple out of that matrix and just slammed his bars right in my fingers again, which sucked. But, you know, I can hold on the bars just fine. Sucks about Kyle, just a stupid little rim lock issue. It would have been good to battle with him too, but you know, I'm just trying to put a good show on for you guys tonight and having fun out here.
All right, Cody Webb, thank you so much. Picks up 2 additional points. John?
Right, here we go. Stage is set. B-main event, looks like we got the number 35, Mason Ottersberg, lined up in the gate right now. Right alongside him, the number 16, the Beta Factory Machine of Ty Collins. Also the 5'11 of Larson gonna be doing some battle here. Right alongside him, the 926 of Spencer Wilton. The 203 of Michael Aranda. And the 177 of Mitch Colforth out on the track now. And right alongside him, it will be the 452 of Coy. He'll be rounding out the field, along with the 851 as well, aboard that Kawasaki machine. As Mike down on the starting line now, it looks like the field is set. We should be seeing that 30-second board race any minute. turn number 1, and it looks like the 16, the Beta machine of Ty Collins out to the early lead. So right alongside him, Spencer Wilton, the 926, and Mo 35, Mason Ottersberg in third. All right, so taking him around here, completing lap number 1 is Ty Collins, followed in by the 926 of Spencer Wilton, the 35 of Mason Ottersberg. So Ottersberg unfortunately having a little bit of an issue. That's going to allow the 851 of Zane Roberts and Miller to now take over the top 3 spot. We haven't seen him ride this well here, but I feel like in a long time, and he's looking great here aboard that Beta, the Foxback rider. No problem executing the wagon wheel up and over and into the matrix for Ty Collins. Again, it wasn't that long ago that Collins was actually running in our amateur class, and now rising to the top here is one of the greats here in AMA Endurocross is the number 16 of Ty Collins. Same story here exactly for the 926 of Spencer Wilton aboard that Honda sitting in second. He too is just an amateur open rider just as of last year and has been making some great strides here in his pro career. So the 511, unfortunately, is succumbing to the 851 of Zane Roberts out of Minden, Nevada. So Roberts now into your top 3, followed by the 511 of Richard Larson out of Kieran's, Utah, in 4th. Oh, Roberts having a little bit of issue there through the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. As is the rest of the field skating through that section. And the one rider that started up front that we haven't seen here so far, the 35 of Mason Ottersberg, trying to battle up towards the front now. So Collins looking great out front here, leading the way. Wilton in that number 2 spot coming through the Rocky Mountain ATVMC Rock Garden, followed in by Zane Robert with the 511. Right there in tow, that's Richard Larson aboard that Husky. So the battle for the number 2 spot here, and only top 2 riders will transfer into tonight's main event. Again, only top 2 riders will advance into tonight's main event. So currently it's Collins, Wilton, Roberts in 3rd. Oh, so Larson makes a mistake, as does Coy. So Travis Coy also going down in a rough crash here after the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. So final lap for your leader, Ty Collins. Smooth and consistent is the name of the game, and certainly Ty Collins making it look easy out here on this Westworld Arena track. So again, only top 2 riders. Keep an eye on that 926 and the 851 machine of Zane Roberts as they enter into the firewood. So only 2 corners left to go for your leader. Ty Collins up and over the matrix for the final time. Here we go to the checkered flag. Put your hands together for your winner, Ty Collins. And coming across in second, we'll go to Spencer Wilton as your final qualifier here into tonight's Super Endurocross main event. All right, big congratulations going out to Ty Collins as we send it down to the podium for Lorette with the word with our winner.
John, thank you so much. Ty Collins is your winner of the B main, the LCQ. Riders 1 and 2 get invited to ride to the main. I'm assuming you are going forward.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, you came up to the podium straight-faced and you told me that you're starting to feel the pressure. Why are you putting so much pressure on yourself?
There's definitely a lot of pressure for all the pro guys to make it in the main event, and it's a stacked class, so it's definitely pretty hard, and when you're out in the LCQ, there's definitely a lot of pressure.
Okay, Ty, we're gonna see you in the main, but who do you want to thank?
Beta USA, Motul, FMF, Fox, Bell, Beta Factory Suspension, Kenda, Rodney Smith for all his help, and my parents.
Ty Collins, great job. So riders 1 and 2 will be making it into the main. And in our third place, Zane Roberts, Spencer Wilton, and Ty Collins. So before we go away, John, we have a giveaway. Destry Abbott down on the podium with his lovely daughter, Kelsey. All right, so Destry, what are we doing here?
So if you bought tickets through us, we sold a few hundred tickets through D8 Training. We had a chance. You guys got goodie bags. You came in a half hour early. My daughter, Kelsey's going to draw for a brand new 6D, sponsored by 6D, and Ron Purvines, our Purvines D8 owner of our team. So I hope you guys all got tickets when you came in, if you purchased tickets through us. So let's see who has the winner.
All right, so Kelsey is drawing.
The winner is 031431, and if that winner can come over to our D8 apparel booth. Really? You're such a liar.
We thought we had a winner behind us. Kelsey, one more time, can you give us the numbers?
031431, and you'll pick it up at D8 apparel.
Thank you guys for purchasing tickets through us, getting a free t-shirt, and a chance to win the 6D helmet.
Okay, Destry, Kelsey, thank you so much. That is a gorgeous helmet. So, oh, all right, I'm gonna get in the photo too. So up next are women's riders. John.
The women's main event, sponsored by Rocky Mountain ATVMC.
All right, that's right. Women's main event coming at you here, Phoenix. Put your hands together as the 496 out of Pleasanton, California, aboard the factory KTM, Casey Martinez. Right alongside her, the 360 out of Secaucus, Washington, Tatum Harris. And also joining us here tonight, the 177 aboard the Kawasaki, BB Carmochi. And then the number 68 machine out of Winter Garden, Florida, X Games gold medalist. Put your hands together for Tara Geiger. And right now to Riverside, California, aboard the Beta, the number 31 machine. Put your hands together for Morgan Tankey. And then your 2016 champion and Amateur Open B main event winner here tonight, Shelby Turner. That'll be a rundown here for tonight's Women of Endurocross. So the field is set right here, and we're looking to have a great race here for main event number 9, the Women of AMA Endurocross, presented by PJ1 and Moose Racing. So we've already seen some great racing here out of Shelby Turner as she took the win in the Amateur Open B main event earlier on. And man, battling with the likes of some of the best amateur men in the country, and made it look easy out there was Shelby Turner. So let's see what she can do here in the women's main event. Here we go into turn number 1, the racer herself right there. She knows how to get it done. That's Tara Geiger taking home the whole shot here early on, and pulling up right alongside her, the factory KTM machine of Casey Martinez. So great start, exactly what Geiger was looking for, and she had me stand correctly as she was actually one of the riders that was able to triple in also in the matrix here. So she laid me a little lashing out there in the pits and let me know, hey, I was also tripling, and which I have no doubt, as she is absolutely a very talented woman here, and especially on a motorcycle, a surfboard. She is multifaceted here in the world of X Games sports, so to speak. So again, the 68, Geiger out in front.
So the women doing a terrific job, and we have Tara Geiger out in the lead. Tara doing a terrific job through the rock section. And it is Shelby Turner that gets around her, but Tara remounts her bike, gets into second place. Shelby out in the lead, followed by Morgan Tankey. Now, number 1, Shelby Turner is your defending 2016 women's champion. So she is looking to grab that championship for the second year in a row. Tara Geiger looking for her first top spot of the podium this year.
Yeah, unlikely mistake out of Tara Geiger, to your point, and now puts her back in second, but certainly talented and looking to put on a charge as she unfortunately makes another mistake here in the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. That's going to allow Shelby Turner just to continue to separate herself from the rest of the field. So it looks like this: Shelby Turner, Tara Geiger, Morgan Tankey in third, and Casey Martinez running in the fourth spot.
So Shelby Turner, we saw her ride earlier today in the Amateur Open, and she took that win. Now Shelby is coming from Canada, so it's a long distance for her to travel, with her only racing about 5 laps. So Shelby has decided to take on another class in addition to the women's main event.
Yeah, and what's so great, I think we saw here with Casey Martinez, Travis Coy, her husband, actually down there on the field, able to kind of help her, manage her maybe through some of the sections that are a little bit tougher that he saw. We saw him go down in the Rock Garden, so maybe he was trying to point out some favorable lines here as the track kind of develops through the night. So unfortunate for Casey Martinez as she succumbs to some lap traffic here in the Rock Garden, but Shelby Turner continues to wick it up here in that number 1 spot, as she had already taken home the B main event earlier on in our schedule, as Tara Geiger comes across the finish line in second.
So Shelby Turner has taken 3 wins this season. It was Casey Martinez that took round number 3. But we have seen Tara Geiger on the podium from round 2, 3, and she was in 5th place in Everett.
And I know, looking at Geiger, I know she's had some standout moments here through 2017. Nothing that she would say is favorable, but certainly putting in a great ride right now and looking for that spot here on the podium in second, if not trying to take home the win over Turner. But Turner seems to be on another level right now, Lorette.
Well, Shelby Turner, oh my goodness, is doing a great job, and unfortunately for Tara Geiger, taking quite a spill off of that Rock Garden straightaway. But Tara Geiger, ladies and gentlemen, she can hear you. Put your hands together. She is mounting that bike again, getting back on the bike, still fighting, and putting in a great effort, while Shelby Turner gets the white flag. So there is 1 lap left. Again, John, these rocks tonight have been a real deal breaker for a lot of riders.
Yeah, the rocks have been very difficult, especially right now, Lorette, as the moisture kind of comes up through the ground and makes those rocks very slippery, especially here right after the finish line, but definitely primarily in that center portion of the track, to your point, as looks like we're on the final lap here, Lorette.
Well, Shelby Turner just doing a great job, able to choose any line that she chooses out here in the rocks. And again, there is quite a bit of a gap in between each one of those rocks. The lines do keep changing because the dirt keeps getting a little bit deeper. So Shelby Turner just concentrating on her own race, getting herself through this track, and just doing a phenomenal job.
All right, so Geiger completing another lap. Unfortunately, it looked like she had lost the position, and not for Shelby Turner, though, taking home the win. So 2 wins here on the night for your 2016 champion, Phoenix. Put your hands together for Shelby Turner. Battle continues on the ret here between Morgan Tankey and Casey Martinez for that second spot on the track. And it will go to the 31 of Morgan Tankey, followed in by the 496 of Casey Martinez.
When it's time to prep your bike for the extremes of Endurocross or just off-road fun, you may want to buy from the manufacturer that is the expert in chassis and suspension maintenance. You want a brand that you know is backed by quality, a brand that is synonymous with being the fast, easy, and complete solution to suspension and chassis maintenance. You need Pivot Wheels, the only product of its kind with a lifetime replacement. Yes, a lifetime replacement on all products. Pivot Wheels, the official parents and seals of the 2017 Endurocross Championship. Ride hard, ride fast, ride Pivot Wheels. Right out of the box, engineized high-performance equipment is ready to provide the pivotal horsepower that is proven to reduce operating temperatures. Get your engine ice at your local power sports dealer.
All right, certainly one down on the podium who's familiar with this podium is Shelby Turner Lorette for a word with our winner.
John, thank you so much. We are just getting settled down here on the podium. And Shelby Turner, you have already been on the podium on the top spot earlier tonight. You've done it again. What has changed in your program this year?
I've been just focusing a lot on being a lot smoother, just being able to knock down a lot more laps and be consistent. That's kind of what Endurocross is. It's just not crashing, and that's what I was trying to do tonight. Just stay on two wheels and let everyone else do the work for me and just kind of slide through. I'm super excited to be back up here, and the track's awesome.
Well, we have BB out on the course, and man, this woman is an amazing rider. She has progressed throughout the season, just started riding Endurocross. So BB, great job, hats off to you. Shelby Turner, so happy for you. Nice work, BB. You were up here earlier, but is there anyone else that you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank A&E Racing, KTM Canada, FXR for making me look awesome. Tire Balls, V-Rubber, the Seahorn skid plates, Arai, Alpenstar, Oakley Goggles, my parents for driving me around, and everyone else for helping me.
Shelby, congratulations. Ladies, congratulations. I am going to get out of the way. In third place, we have Casey Martinez. In second, Morgan Tankey. And your winner, Shelby Turner. Great job, ladies. John.
On here out of Shelby Turner, continuing her winning way, taking home tonight's women's main event, as well as our amateur open B main event earlier on in our schedule. So still some great racing ahead of us as we have the Super Endurocross main event coming up next. We want to thank everybody that's joined us here this evening. Law Tigers, our presenting sponsor here this evening at the Westworld Arena, as we get ready to set the stage for tonight's Super Endurocross main event.
For over 4 decades, Scott Motorsports has pushed the limits of innovation, providing our customers with the most advanced technology available. Scott is honored to be the exclusive eyewear sponsor of Endurocross. Athletes such as Caleb Russell, Colton and Destriato require the best performance, which is why they choose Scott, recognized as the #1 goggle in racing. Scott is proud to be made in the USA. Stop by the Scott display in the concourse, and be sure to check out the new Scott Prospect goggle. The Endurocross main event, sponsored by Moose Racing.
That's right, it's going down here, Westworld Arena for the Super Endurocross main event. Lined up in the gate right now, the 926 of Spencer Wilton, the 16 of Ty Collins, the 696, the Gas Factory rider of Noah Keppel, also the number 4 machine, the 10-time trials champion. Put your hands together for Geoff Aaron, and the number 5, the Husqvarna backed rider of Quinn Wenzel. Also the 200 aboard the Yamaha Eric Roten, the 27 of Wild Wally Palmer. The 15, the Cowboy of Max Gersten. The number 80, another factory gas machine of Juan Paulo Seguro out of Spain. And right alongside him, the number 14, the RPM KTM machine of Tremaine. The D8 Strong backed rider, the 120 Yamaha machine of Cooper Abbott. Also on the line, currently sits third here in the 2017 championship points. Put your hands together for the 84 Team SR team rider, Trystan Hart. And right alongside him, his teammate, the 118 of Corey Gruffunder. And the next teammate here in line, out of Lake Hughes, California, the number 7, put your hands together for Kyle Redmond. And your current 2017 points leader and red plate holder. Put your hands together for the number 2 of Cody Webb. That'll be a rundown here for tonight's Super Endurocross main event. Down on the starting line for Mike Hathaway as we get ready to go here for round number 5 of the AMA Endurocross Series, presented by PJ1 as the 32nd board rises. So preferred line on the inside. Keep an eye out for the number 7, the 118, and of course the number 2 of Cody Webb. So Webb off to a great start with the whole shot, followed in by Redmond, the 84 of Trystan Hart, and the 118 of Corey Gruffunder. Of exciting racing to come. Again, we still have the no joke lane that will play a factor here in tonight's main event. The deciding factor here is when will these riders opt to take it. They have to take it at least one time throughout tonight's main event. So is it earlier on here, is the second lap, is it mid-race, is it final lap? I guess we'll be deciding here very soon as Cody Webb leads the way, followed in by Trystan Hart, the 7 of Redmond, the 118 of Corey Gruffunder, and the 14 of Tremaine. So Trystan Hart, the silent assassin is what we've coined him as, and he has continually just made strides each and every round here throughout 2017. He was a privateer just as of last year and has since stepped up into the Team SRT 10 and putting in some great rides here in 2017 with a 3rd place in Vegas and a 2nd place just 2 weeks ago in Everett, Washington. Oh, so the real race right now is Tremaine. Another one of those riders that's been a little bit off the radar here in 2017, came off of 3rd place in the championship for 2016, and now sits 3rd here in tonight's main event. So it's Webb, no problem here to the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. Here comes Trystan Hart, followed in by the 14, the RPM KTM machine of Tremaine. Not only do we want to thank everybody out here at the Westworld Arena, we would like to thank everybody at home tuning in at endurocross.com and our Dirt Rider/Endurocross. Thank you guys for tuning in and enjoying tonight's racing action from round number 5 here in Phoenix, Arizona. So Cody Webb looking unchallenged out front as he enters into the center portion of the track, into the firewood. Here comes Trystan Hart, the 84, followed in by the 14, the climb-backed rider of Tremaine in third. So again, we spoke about it earlier. Tremaine has been winless, podiumless all season long, and can he turn it around right here at round number 5 and maybe put another charge here towards the later half of the season? So Webb, Hart, Tremaine. Here comes our 4th place rider. Looks like that's the 118 of Choreographed Thunder, followed in by his teammate, the number 7 of Kyle Redmond out of Lake Hughes, California. And another rider coming onto the scene here in 2017, the Gas Factory machine of Juan Paul Seguro, riding out of Spain. And the 2 teammates come together right here. That's gonna be Geoff Aaron, the number 4, and the 696 of Noah Keppel, who has just recently joined the Gas team here in 2017. Oh, unfamiliar mistake there out of our leader as he enters into the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden here right after the finish line. So one of the more technical portions of the track that we've seen, and maybe has gone unannounced unless you're sitting right in front of that area or have a great point of view from home from the comfort of your couch. So Redmond looked like he made a little bit of a mistake and unfortunately losing some ground on his teammate, the 118 of Choreographed Thunder. You can see a lot of these riders actually pulling for tear-offs too. Not something that you see very often in Endurocross, but because the track is wet, moist, it's sandy too, so you see a lot of this dirt actually going to be sticking to their limbs, and you'll see a number of these riders reaching up to pull tear-offs. And we heard Webb speak about it 2 weeks ago in Everett, ran out of tear-offs, and he said that was unfamiliar territory for him. He's not used to that, especially in the world of trials. It's not likely that they ever had tear-offs, so certainly something a little bit different for a number of these riders here tonight. Yeah, great point from my good buddy Dave Brocious, who's joining me up here. It's a little bit of clay, it's a little bit of sand out here, so it tends to be a little bit sticky, and you'll see that on the number plates. And you can imagine the vision that these guys are having to deal with, especially if they're right behind a rider that maybe throws up a little bit of roost. So some tear-offs certainly coming into play here as Cody Webb carving through the lap traffic. So unfortunate circumstances, it looks like, for the number 4 of Geoff Aaron. So it looks like he's got that gas fired up and remounted as he enters back onto the race course. So the blue flags are out, signifying that the leader is coming up on you and letting the lappers know that they need to pull off to the side and give a little courtesy to our leader, Cody Webb.
John, earlier I was talking to Cody Webb and I asked him, do you consider this track to be pretty technical? And he said, not really. The rocks are going to get really difficult.
So good, consistent race here out of Trystan Hart and the 14 machine of Tremaine, who currently sits in 3rd. So good chance after tonight that Trystan Hart will now take over that number 2 spot in the points chase here for 2017. So from a rider unannounced coming in and now going to be sitting number 2 in the championship means very, very big things here for this rider coming into 2018 and the potential that he could have to maybe sign even a bigger deal with maybe a factory. Stock just went up on Trystan Hart. not really sure what the exchange rate is in Canada, but this guy's making bank. Yeah, great run here out of the team SRT, fielding a number of riders with the likes of Wild Wally Palmer, your current second place rider, Trystan Hart. Of course, we've seen Corey Graffunder, as well as Kyle Redmond, another one of the riders here under the team SRT tent. So a great push here from all of these guys. As we're coming into the final stages here of our main event for round number 5, right here in Phoenix, Arizona at the Westworld Arena.
Talking to Cody Webb earlier, he said that the rocks can get rough if it gets wet. He also said that the pool was filled a little bit deeper. The levels were higher than they normally are. So if this track gets wet, which it is, it's going to be pretty gnarly. He said the matrix, the triple, also will deteriorate with acceleration.
Yeah, again, the no joke lane going to be playing a factor here tonight, as we've only seen a handful of riders actually maneuver through the no joke lane. And again, the riders must take it at least one time throughout tonight's main event. During the day program, it doesn't matter. It's more of an opportunity for practice. But when it comes directly into tonight's main event, the riders must execute it at least one time during the main event.
One of the riders out here, Max Gersten, he's currently in 9th. He is removed from the hospital for 1 month. He has been out of the hospital for 1 month, and he has only done 3 rounds of racing. He's done Denver and Everett, and also a hare scramble. He sustained some serious internal injuries, and his training isn't as on point as it normally is with Max. He said the track will get technical due to how wet it will get.
So a little bit of a traffic jam right here in the Rocky Mountain ATVMC Rock Garden for a number of our riders here, as Cody Webb continues to dice through lap traffic as he now approaches Kyle Redmond, the number 7 machine, along with the number 4 of Geoff Aaron. So just here in the closing laps for tonight's Super Endurocross main event. And the rundown looks like this: Cody Webb, followed in by the 84 of Trystan Hart, and Tremaine in the 3rd spot. Out for your leader, Phoenix. Let's make some noise. These riders can hear you, Phoenix. That's right, clear track ahead for your number 2, the red plate holder, your current points leader here in 2017, Cody Webb. So Spencer Wilton, unfortunately, having some issues here in the Rocky Mountain Rock Garden. Here comes the 14 of Tremaine. And with just a couple of corners left to go, Cody Webb looking flawless right now. 1 corner left to go. Phoenix, get out of your seat. Put your hands together for your winner, Cody Webb. So Cody Webb taking home the win and growing on that championship points lead, as unfortunate circumstances for Colton Haaker, who currently and did sit in 2nd here leading into this round number 5. but Cody Webb will continue to advance and look for that championship in Ontario November 18th. So just a couple rounds left to go here in the 2017 season. And Cody Webb looks to be in control to wrap up yet another championship here in the Super Endurocross class. Wow, Phoenix, thank you guys for joining us for some great racing. Hopefully you guys aren't leaving the arena just yet, as we're gonna send it on down to the podium for a word with our winners.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna start with Tremaine, who finished in third. Now we saw Tremaine on the podium in Denver. Tremaine, I'm talking about you, but he's walking away. It's all right, there's a lot of stuff going on down here at the podium. So grabbing his third place trophy. Congratulations, your second podium of the season. Man, that was a difficult one.
Yeah, that race was really tough. I didn't have the best gate pick, and I got off to a rough start. I was mid-pack, and I wanted to be up front so bad, so I just dug deep and fought, got into third. And I was trying to chase Trystan, but he's on another level right now, so we got to figure out what these two are doing and go for it.
All right, Ty, congratulations, great job. Who do you want to thank?
First and foremost, my family. They're, the backbone behind my whole program. I want to thank my little brother, Bryce. My whole FMF RPM racing team, KTM, Maxis, anybody else I forgot. I mean, I'm pretty stoked I got third. I've been kind of struggling this year. I don't know why, so it's good when I get up here.
Good job, Ty. Very proud of you. Third place, ladies and gentlemen, Tremaine. Great job. Hi, Trystan Hart. Come on up here. Unbelievable job. So Cody Webb told me that Trystan has been training with Cody. I wonder if you're going to make Cody regret that decision and actually take a win this season. Do you think that's possible? Do you think it's coming?
It's Endurocross. Anything's possible, but Cody Webb's a two-time champ for a reason. He's solid, and he rode good out there. So did Ty. Ty kept me honest the whole race, and we stayed pretty even, all three of us. So that was a tiring race for sure.
Trystan, that's awesome. Trystan has had top 5 finishes every round, so on the podium again. And there's obviously a strong support system that got you here. So who do you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, first and foremost, my parents, all my fans watching back home, Team SRT, TM Designs, O'Neill, Kenda, Motul, IMS, DT1, Husqvarna Motorcycles, FRS Suspension. Yeah, thanks, and to the fans for cheering all night. That was awesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in second place, Trystan Hart. Great job, bud. Cody, so everyone can see you. Can you come up here? Thank you. Unbelievable race. So I just have to ask you, with this start, I would imagine it is nearly a blind start. Can you see anything?
Yeah, I don't know who's around me. I just saw the opening there and aimed for it and got to the inside of the next corner and pretty much protected the whole shot and charged hard from there. And, I really wanted to get away from Trystan so he couldn't follow my lines. And, I kind of got out there to a comfortable lead and I just kept reading the lap board. He was consistent. I couldn't pull away from him at all. So, he was riding really strong. Luckily, I got out front there and he wasn't able to catch on my lines. And the lappers were tough, but, I was patient, didn't want to throw anything away. And, I pushed hard all night. I was really happy with my performance.
Cody Webb, great job. A really smooth night, except for the left hand going into a barrel. But how is your hand at this point?
The wind makes it that much sweeter. It's not bothering me anymore. But honestly, the adrenaline kicks in. Doesn't even phase you. I pulled off the track. I was like, oh yeah, it still hurts. But, we got a week off. I'll ice it. Advil will be good.
Family, sponsors.
definitely hats off to my mechanic Robbie and the FMF KTM Red Bull Racing team. Dunlop tires were awesome out there tonight, and then also my family and friends drove all the way out here. I think my parents drove 12 hours, pitched up old hitchhiker friend on the way. My fiance, her friends coming out too. It's awesome time out here in Phoenix, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hand out the awards and the champagne. Lance, if you'll hand those bottles out, please. Gentlemen, hold up those trophies and let's celebrate our Super Endurocross main event. In third place, Tremaine. In second, Trystan Hart. And your winner, Cody Webb. Thank you so much for joining us here in Scottsdale. We hope that you have had an amazing time. We have enjoyed our time with you. On behalf of John, my name is Lorette. Thank you again and see you next year.
We